I figured I'd give you guys a house tour, but start off showing you where we used to live. So this is where we lived before we moved into the house we live in now, and hopefully even some of the stuff in our new house will change and I'll be able to update you guys. But this is our kitchen that we used to have, quite small and used to run into each other all the time. There was literally no room to breathe. This was our living room and our bedroom, and it's the same room because we wanted to give our daughter space to sleep in her own area, and then we ended up having our son, so he ended up having the other half of my daughter's room, and it just was too small. Our bathroom was falling apart, and just the floor was falling through, the windows were broken, and everything just, it was too small and broken, and I'm just so glad we've moved. So we just got her this dollhouse for Christmas when we first moved in. Probably more like her birthday, but her Christmas basically. Just some pictures and stuff from her nursery, because at the old house her room was themed in like baby animals with like light blues, purples, grays, and then her bed we just upgraded to a full for Christmas because she was in a toddler bed. Right before we moved, she was in a toddler bed because she was climbing out of her crib, but we noticed in the toddler bed she kept falling out, so we put the rail up and she really hated that. So instead of doing the toddler bed, we just did the conversion that her bed did into the full-size bed. And then because her old room used to be gray and blue and stuff, we just brought that from the other house, and that's her toy box that her grandpa made her, and then her mirror that she loved playing with at the other house. She likes to dance in front of it or just, you know, look at herself. She absolutely loves it, so we had to make sure we brought that. We put this towel here because the closet for some reason is real drafty, but she's got a nice 8-foot long closet. I can't even show you. Her shoes, all of her outside toys hide back there. Her bows, hats, and everything. You just push that back. And yeah, just some other toys that she's got. Most of everything's sorted into like different toys. Like the bottom is her Barbies. Middle is like stuff that goes in her Barbie house, puzzles. She's got like all of her foods, like plates, frying pan, and then the bottom is dress up, so she's got tiaras and makeup stuff, and then she's got her blocks. We set her Mrs. Potato Head out because we didn't want the pieces getting lost, so that she'd be able to find it like fairly easy. And then just her baby dolls, so she can find all of her baby dolls, and her books. And of course she's got to have her TV so she can watch her simple songs or Baby Bum, and then movies and stuff on the weekends and whatnot. So yeah, that is her room. Going from room to room, starting at the back of the house, which is my daughter's. We are going into the laundry room next. Nothing super exciting. All of our sheets for our bed, hangers for the kids, washer and dryer, old as dirt, about to fall apart, our double stroller, the jogging one, which we haven't really quite used very much yet because my son was too small to actually use yet. But he's getting big enough now that we'll be able to use it. Our water heater, which my husband is currently fixing, so the dog's food and water kind of just out of the way because she's blind and deaf. I have that placed between there because Because she's blind, sometimes she gets a little messy and she'll push the bowl all the way across the floor, so it just makes it easier if it's nudged between two things where she can't move it. Our deep freeze, which is so amazing. We never had one before now, so like as a family of 4, it is like amazing to be able to store more than like 4 days worth of food in our house, or even 2 meals worth of food. Our old refrigerator was tiny. And then just a shelf that holds all of my cleaning supplies, other house supplies, the top to my daughter's toilet because she doesn't really use it right now, a broken toy that needs to be fixed, cat litter in case there's an oil leak outside and on our car, or we used to have a cat, that's what we used to use it for, but you know, Drano for the sink, yeah, and then some tools that my husband has to take outside. We didn't have a storage building when we first moved in, so now that we finally have one, hopefully he'll take all of that out of there and the air compressor, and I can start reorganizing this a little bit better. The dog food, of course, which I enjoy these bins. I wish we would have gotten a nicer one, but as far as Rural King or Walmart goes, this is all they had, so hopefully maybe we'll find one better in the future. But I do really like those because you can stack them and they just take up less space. They look nicer when people are walking through. It just altogether makes everything look better. So that's my laundry room. Nothing special, you know, just a average everyday plain old laundry room. The next room coming from the laundry room would be my son's. So from the laundry room, the next room is my son's room, which that's his closet right now. Holds all of his clothes, of course. I mean, obviously that's what a closet is. Some drawers down there hold extra blankets and shoes he doesn't fit yet. Extra wipes. We plan on doing his room Harry Potter, so there's just some extra decorations. A poster we plan on hanging up. Toys he can't play with yet. Rocking chair that I used more with my daughter than I do with him, just because we have a bigger space. His crib, which usually doesn't have the blankets and the stuffed animals in it, but I just kind of straightened up his room just a little bit, so they're in there right now. If you couldn't tell, his room is supposed to be Harry Potter themed. It's just not there yet. Some decorations from my baby shower. Mostly the Daily Prophet and some makeshift potion recipe type things. His toys, a humidifier, you know, his dresser with his changing table on it. This was somewhere else, but because my daughter loved her mirror so much, we put it in his room, and I noticed how much he loved watching himself. So instead of him trying to roll off the changing table, I put it on the other side, and now he sits there and stares at himself while I change him. So mom win for me. Little American Eagle right there because he was born on the 4th of July. His uncle got him that. And then we just have, you know, some cleaning supplies for him that I like literally never use because they sit in here and I forget about them. I don't really use these either. I should just throw them all away because I use the nose Frida, the little outfit he got his newborn pictures in, the outfit he came home in. You know, it's all just sitting over there. Some essential oils for this thing, which we don't really use, but I've put eucalyptus in for him. Of course, diaper cream, diapers, stuff for his humidifier, wipes, of course, his diaper genie, refills. Most of this is pants and nighties, and then more blankets. His diaper stash back here. There's a lot of them. An extra crib blanket that we don't really use because his theme is Harry Potter, but it had gray sheets in it, and I figured, you know, if he did end up messing up his sheets, then he's always got an extra set right there that we can use. Some clothes that we have to take to donations. Another box to start more clothes for donations because actually both kids need to get rid of some clothes. My grandmother's desk that actually was in my room holding my makeup, but then I realized there was not enough room on it. Rocking horse that one of my friends got for the baby shower. Some wooden pictures that his grandmother made for his room that I still need to hang up. I think are just adorable. She did these all on her own, but they look great. I just need to hang them up. And then this closet is just kind of a catch-all. It's got games, Christmas decorations, just, you know, things we're not using right now. Curtains, his socks, bibs, hats, his car seat he's not using right now, an extra high chair, clothes he doesn't fit in right yet, diapers that no longer fit him. There's wrapping paper and all sorts of stuff in here that we don't have anywhere else to store. So it goes in here. From my son's room, the next room would be the kitchen. I definitely thought this part of the video was already filmed, but this is my kitchen. It's a strainer full of dishes. Dishes were just done and already there's more. But, you know, that's real life, and rarely ever do we do the dishes and put all the dishes in the strainer away. So, I mean, that's just the way it is. Our new refrigerator we got about 2 years ago with the stove we bought. That's my coffee nook. I have coffee cups and my little flavorings for iced coffee, and then I have a full pot and my Keurig in there because I use both, even though my Keurig has a full pot. And then this was a desk somebody gave us, the desk that's actually in my bedroom. This is the top to it, but even though I would have loved this to put my makeup in, because the back, there was no way to do the mirror, or at least that mirror, with this back, so I asked my husband to put it in here, and it's worked great for extra storage. And then a baker's rack I got from my mom, just to store the pots and pans down there, and the microwave so that it's off the counter and I have more counter space, because we really don't have a whole lot of counter space. We got this stove about 2 years ago because the one that was in the old house had no glass front, and anytime I'd cook, I'd lean against it with my knee and I'd end up burning my knee. And my daughter's 2.5 now, so I was really worried that if we didn't get one, she'd be crawling around and she would end up touching it and burning herself. So I forced my husband to buy one. I was open to getting a used one off Facebook, but he insisted on a brand new one, so that's what we did. And then we have a table his grandmother gave us, which I absolutely love. It sits up to 8 people, but we have 6 chairs right now, and the back 2 are broken, so I'm on the hunt for new chairs, because this one and this one, which you can't see because it's covered by my husband's gym bag and his lunchbox, but those were both out of the garbage. And then I got these 4 from Habitat Store. That's what it is, Habitat Store, for $10. All 4 of them for $10. My son's high chair, and then our shoes all piled up on that nice little toy shelf, bookshelf thing that my mother gave us, and I just was like, I need somewhere to put shoes that will keep them out of the way, so I just turned it into that and threw out all the little bins that came with it. And yeah, that's my kitchen. I'm sorry guys, I thought I had already filmed this for you guys, and then I was starting to edit and put pieces together and realized that I was missing the kitchen. Now we're in the living room, and it's mostly just set up because I have kids, young kids, and I like literally don't care who comes over and sees it. Like, I'm a family house, so who cares? That's our heater from our old house, just because it was getting really cold, and our furnace is kind of old and it doesn't heat up the living room and the kitchen the way we'd like it to. So our little bookshelf area, I got my bookshelf out of the garbage. Actually, I pulled it out of a dumpster, and it works for what I need. Eventually I'd like to get a nicer one, but you know, you do what you gotta do, and it works. Some games I need to sell for my husband, picture frames I'd like to hang up, my daughter's bookshelf, my daughter's recliner, my husband's recliner. This is a couch my best friend let us borrow until we get our own furniture. The house we used to live in was so small that we literally couldn't fit a couch in the house, and the one we did have was so big and bulky that we just went ahead and got rid of it anyway. And then a playpen for my son. You know, when we're not using a toy or his boppy or whatever, we just throw it in there and pull it out when he is playing. So yeah, we just... My favorite picture I got for my birthday. Basically, my plan is to cover my walls in pictures because that's what I'm going for. So, yeah. And then straight across from the living room, we have the bathroom. Nothing special, just... I got that and that out of the garbage. They're two separate pieces, but because our house has no storage, we literally needed something to put our products, bathing products and whatnot in. But yeah, it's our bathroom. I'm just glad we have this bathroom in this house. But yeah, if you saw earlier in the video, you've seen what the old house's bathroom used to look like. So this is our room. Nothing fancy. Hopefully sometime next year we'll have a new bed set maybe, and you know, headboard and whatnot and everything to match. That's my dresser. It's got my coloring book, cotton swabs, makeup erasers, and just some other stuff up there that I don't want my daughter getting to because she'll stick the cotton swabs in her ear. My husband's dresser. We actually used to have a matching long dresser that matched a whole set, but it's in my daughter's room. It's actually painted blue. And then my husband's game console thingy with his PS4, our gun cabinet, my desk, which I actually had my husband destroy a little bit because I wanted some more storage so I could clean off my desk a little bit, and the top was just too thick, so I couldn't get into it the way I wanted it to, so I just had him tear it apart. And then that's my side of the bed, all prepared for baby if he has to get up in the middle of the night, which usually doesn't happen, but it's there in case I need it. And then his side of the bed, which literally has cookie dough that we were eating last night, and didn't throw away the packaging, so yeah. And then our 9-foot closet, I'm not going to show you because it's a mess, but There's nothing special in there, but I absolutely love that we have a closet that big. And of course we had to have separate railings because I have too many clothes. And of course when we sleep at night, he has to have a fan and the ceiling fan going at the same time because he literally wants all the noise and the air going at the same time, and I'd rather have it completely silent so I can listen to what's going on around me. But yeah, that is the whole house, including my very, very messy room. And I forgot to show you, I keep my breast pump right there underneath the desk in case I need to use it. It is right there, ready and handy for me. I got the plug right here so I can just sit down and pump. Yeah, so that is my room. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.